Joining me as a special guest is Cody Colson. This is Destiny's brother, and he's also the dead victim's best friend. Cody, thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Cody, what can you tell me about Destiny being schizophrenic? Growing up with her, was she under treatment for schizophrenia?
Well, during the time, yes, she was. And another thing that just gets me is that everybody is assuming the bad right away, just right away. And the biggest thing about it is they don't look at the key points. This little girl has been having issues since she was little, ever since my dad was alive when I was 6 years old. He passed away. And I do feel
hold on. Wait. Cody, slow down. I cannot understand anything you're saying, and I really want to hear what you're saying. It's my understanding that she was not under treatment for mental issues.
Well, at the time, yes, she was. She's seen the doctors. There's paperwork on it. But she wasn't taking her medication. She didn't do what she was supposed to do.
When had she seen a doctor, Cody?
Last I knew is that they went to Kalamazoo and they met with the doctor up in Kalamazoo, and she was supposed to go for therapy, but she never followed up.
When did she go to see the doctor? You're saying he was located in Kalamazoo. When was that?
I'm not too for sure on that. My mom does know all that kind of stuff.
So you don't know firsthand that she went to the doctor?
I'm sorry, ma'am. I can't speak with you about the case, but I can let you know that she did go to the doctor.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. When you were around her, what symptoms did she exhibit of her illness?
She definitely had multi-personalities. One day she was fine, next day she wasn't. Next day after that, she could have been the happiest thing in the world, but then a couple hours later, she could have just been mad at everybody.
Well, you know, a lot of people would argue that that's just a teenage girl. But
very true.
Regarding an actual case of schizophrenia, an actual case of insanity, what symptoms did she exhibit? I'm sure there had to be some.
What she did, she was just, if you was to see it, you'd believe it. And I know there's nothing that I can say that's going to change it, but for sure.
Well, when you say if you could see it, I'd believe it. What was there to see?
Symptoms. She would flip out. She would have big mental breakdowns. She cried. She didn't want to do nothing. There was times that she would lock herself in the room because she didn't want to do nothing.
When you say she didn't want to do anything, what type of things would she not want to do?
She wouldn't want to go outside and have fun. There was times that she would. There's times that she wouldn't.
Let me ask you a couple of questions because I've handled many cases of alleged insanity. Did she, for instance, cut herself with razor blades on any part of her body?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Did she have eating disorders where she would starve herself or eat tons of food and then make herself throw up? Did she have okay, so she did what? Wouldn't eat?
Before she went into the juvenile, she was actually about 97 pounds. And now
because all the pictures I'm seeing of her, and this is dating back for the past 2 years, she is of a normal weight. She does not look overweight. She does not look underweight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She would not eat at all. We would make dinner every night. Dinner would be made just like a regular family, and she would not eat. And if she does, it was very little portions, and then after that, that was it. She would leave the dinner table, she would go upstairs, she would get in her room, and that was about it with everything.
Okay, what I understand is that she was a student at Eau Claire Middle School, but she chose to drop out in the 8th grade. Is that correct?
Correct. She was having big problems. She really was. She would flip out on people. She would snap just like that. And she, of course, you know, when you can't hold nobody down like that, because, you know, she didn't, I don't know if it's that she didn't want to do it, or if it's more along the line that she, you know, just, it really hurt her. Because she just went to school every day. She had friends, don't get me wrong. She had a lot of friends. But it was, you know, she hung out with good crowds, but then she got with bad crowds, and then she hung out with good crowds, and then she just didn't hang out with nobody no more. And then
is it true that she began using drugs and alcohol?
At that was the first night that she actually used alcohol. But previous to that, yes, she did smoke marijuana, and it wasn't a very bad habit. It was just occasionally.
Another question that a lot of people have with me is Cody Colson. This is Destiny's brother, and he's also best friends of the homicide victim, found dead on the kitchen floor by a gunshot blast to the face. Cody, she was not seeing a doctor regularly or taking any prescribed medication for mental illness. Is that right?
That's correct.
Cody, what do you mean when you say there's more to it? What more to it is there?
Well, no one's looking at all the facts. They're just assuming. There's assumptions. Everybody's, if you've seen comments on Facebook, as soon as it happened, people would post dreadful, nasty shit about it. And sorry, excuse my language, but it's very irritating if it was one of your family members and you've experienced it and you've known and you've been with them every day of their lives, since they were little.
Cody, then tell me what it is. You say we don't know the whole story. Here's your chance. What's the whole story? What are we missing?
Well, I can't, like I said, I can't explain to you about a case, but there is more to it. I mean, you just, there's records, and one doctor went in there and he diagnosed her with not having nothing wrong with her, but yet two doctors clearly stated that there was something wrong.
Why can't you state, you're not under a gag order, why can't you state what the facts really are? You keep telling me, if you only knew, tell me, what am I missing?
That's personal problems, ma'am, until it gets put out in court and there's nothing to say. I can express with you any kind of personal matters between me and my sister, affection, love. DJ, he was my best friend. He honestly was. I hired him at Kenneth Smith, Inc. in Niles, and he worked for a while. He really did. And then he got fired. And ever since that day, his life has went downhill. He stopped caring. He worked with me every day. We did everything together. And, to see this happen, it's just a tragedy.